Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the rise of the industry plant drill rapper Lil Mabu. Let's get right into it. In the last few years, New York drill has been on a massive rise, with many teenage rappers making it big by talking about the evils they have been through in the streets. Rappers like K-Flock, D-Thing, and D.D. Osama have managed to grow sizable hip-hop careers talking about the real street life they are living. In hip-hop, when the lyrics of a rap song appear authentic, the fans seem to love it more and support the artist even harder. Drill music is an entire genre of, for the most part, rappers rapping authentic lyrics that are usually about gang beef and the gang members who have passed due to those gang beefs. In drill songs, we often find rappers rapping about the bodies they caught, how they caught them, and when they caught them. These songs usually blow up, with the audience singing along to death music, knowing someone passed for those lyrics to be true. Drill music has taken a massive toll on New York City, but especially the Bronx, in the same streets I grew up in. So many young kids are becoming victims of the destructive agenda being pushed by drill music. Teenagers are getting locked up, and mothers are grieving, all over attention in a music career. A lot of people who are not from the ghetto act like young kids in the ghetto taking each other out is normal, when it's not. These are young teenagers. Most of them don't even have a driver's license or have even begun truly living their lives. These young kids are being destroyed. Also, the record labels can make millions of dollars. And this is why seeing these young kids destroy each other hurts me the most. I really feel for these kids, as I could have made the same mistakes as them growing up, as I was influenced by similar music. The agenda is just worse now. When I look at the drill music problem we're seeing today, I blame three groups of people for the issue. I partially blame the audience for wanting the music and supporting it. I also partially blame the artists for selling out and making this music just for clout and money. But I mainly put the blame for the drill music problem on the record labels that are signing these artists and giving them the major platforms to even make this kind of music. The record labels are the gatekeepers, and they're the ones that sign these artists and put the music industry machine behind them. I don't think drill music was created by the record labels, but they are definitely responsible for its creation, making it mainstream and spreading it all over the country, including overseas. The record labels are well aware of the history behind the artists they sign before they sign them. This is the reason they choose to sign these drill rappers to begin with. The record labels have been focused on signing gangster rappers since the 80s, when NWA went mainstream. I honestly believe this is because of the ongoing theory that hip-hop was used to push a gangster agenda in order to create a generation of criminals that would end up in prison. I have spoken about this theory many times before, so I won't get into that in this video. But just looking at drill, it's obvious that this is exactly what those executives were working towards since the 80s. A generation of kids that are lost and destroying themselves trying to be gangsters. The prisons they were trying to fill in the 1990s will surely be full now with urban city kids who are manipulated by this drill music. Drill music is the result of the gangster rap agenda the music industry pushed so heavily for years. The kids that make drill music were manipulated by those who made gangster rap. Today's drill rappers grew up listening to gangster rappers rap about a gangster lifestyle, glamorizing it to them. This is what pushing this destructive agenda to the urban youth for almost 40 years looks like. These kids grew up living the raps that the rappers wrote but never lived themselves. It's messed up because these kids live it and are suffering the consequences because of it. When we look at the kids who rap these drill songs, the first thing you notice is just how desensitized they are. They believe that they have achieved some sort of success by being called a demon. Being a demon to those drill artists is when a person is active and has caught bodies, a person who is basically evil and willing to drill anybody. The record labels know all of this and still want to sign these demon rappers and market them to the masses. You would think that the record labels will stay away from these drill rappers as they're bad investments. Chances are most of these drill rappers will either end up in a box or a cell, but the labels still will sign them and invest millions into them. One of the main reasons for this is because all of these drill rappers have life insurance policies on them that pay out big when the rappers pass away. The record labels also rake in tons of cash when the artist passes, as their streams momentarily get boosted. These drill rappers are like short-term investments that pay off quick, but they're not good long-term investments. The labels are able to make millions at the same time using these artists to push their agendas. The labels use one of the kids from the same streets as those that they want to target and use that one person to destroy the whole city. We can see just how invested the labels are in drill music that they're now even creating their own industry-made drill rappers. The rapper Lil Mabu is a 17-year-old drill rapper from somewhere in Manhattan, New York, and since 2021 has been on a steady rise in the drill music scene. According to Lil Mabu, he's fully independent and is about that street life. In 2022, Lil Mabu's career started to really take off after managing to secure several features from other popular drill artists like Dusty Locane, D-Thang, Sha E.K., Dougie B, and most recently DD Osama. All of these are known drill rappers, mostly from the Bronx, with the exception of Dusty Locane, who happens to be from Brooklyn. All these drill rappers are active in the streets, so when they made songs with Lil Mabu, they kind of gave him the credibility he needed to make it in the drill scene. Lil Mabu literally came out of nowhere, and in the span of 1 year, managed to build a massive fan base in drill, with a total of almost 2 million monthly listeners on Spotify. He also seems to have the respect of other drill rappers that are running the drill scene. Most importantly, he did it all while being 17 and independent, which is almost unbelievable when you think about it. The big question is, how did a 17-year-old who looks like he grew up in the suburbs end up with a real drill music career? Where did he get the money at 17 to fund an expensive music career? It's obvious Lil Mabu is lying about his come up, so what's the real story? Well, honestly, I really don't know where this kid came from. I can't find anything about him online at all. I spent hours looking through the internet and I can't even seem to find his real name. It's literally like he popped out of nowhere and started getting big features and doing numbers. When you look him up, the same generic copy and paste story is plastered everywhere. He's a 17-year-old kid from Manhattan, New York, who's independent and used social media marketing skills to blow himself up in just 2 years. They don't state his real name or any information about his come up. I literally cannot find his real name anywhere on the internet, which is a big red flag to me. Google claims his name is Raymond Mabus Jr., but that seems to be an older man. I found someone on Reddit claiming that Lil Mabu was the son of a former Capitol Records music executive, Jeffrey Vaughn, but I can't confirm this as this information is nowhere else. Lil Mabu also has skits with a person he claims to be his father, and it does not look at all like Jeffrey. But then again, this could just be a paid actor hired for the skit. Even though I can't find anything on Lil Mabu, one thing is clear, he is 100% an industry plant. The reason I wanted to make this video on Lil Mabu is because of what Lil Mabu represents. The record labels are literally creating fake drill rappers that they have full control over and can use to further push their agendas. If we listen to Lil Mabu's lyrics, he raps just like all the rest of the drill rappers. He talks about the same destruction that's destroying urban communities, but it's clear he's never lived his raps. It appears the record labels created Lil Mabu from scratch. His entire image and music style seem made up. I am pretty sure that the record labels have given him writers. Many people have accused Lil Mabu of stealing King Von's flow, something he didn't even try to deny. In my opinion, when I see Lil Mabu, he does look like a person imitating drill rappers and somehow succeeding at it. It's obvious there's a major label paying for all these music videos and expensive features. A feature with Dusty Locane has to be at least 10 to 20,000. Where does a 17-year-old come up with that kind of money? He tells people that he's independent and that he does this all himself, but I don't think these real street rappers will want to make music with Lil Mabu. It wouldn't make sense for these real authentic drill rappers to be seen with this white kid from the suburbs acting like he's a drill rapper. Someone is obviously paying for these features and funding this kid's career, getting him connected with these artists. Whoever is backing this kid has tons of money and connections to the big artists. To me, that just sounds like either a record label or a kid with a rich dad. Whether he is the son of a big music executive or not, I don't know, but it does sure seem like it. The labels have been little by little sneaking Lil Mabu into the drill scene. In order to do this, they had to make Lil Mabu appear like he's accepted by the drill music community. They even created fake drill beef for Lil Mabu with other drill artists. Lil Mabu can even be seen making a skit, acting like he got ran down on, trying to convince his fans he's really in the streets. His last song, Throw, that features DD Osama, is another attempt at mixing the fake with the real. See, the story of DD Osama is sad, but an interesting case. DD Osama is the brother of another drill rapper named Nadi Osama. Nadi sadly passed away last year in the now infamous train station incident that devastated New Yorkers. Nadi Osama was just another victim of the drill music scene, but his case sadly shows how far gone our people are. Nadi passed after a rival gang member, 15-year-old Kelvin Martinez, was being chased by Nadi and a couple of his friends. Calvin pulled out a pocket knife trying to defend himself against the group. Calvin unfortunately ended up using it on Nadi. After Nadi passed, the rival gang decided to make a song, accompanied by a dance called the Nadi Bop. mocking the passing of Nadi. To add insult to injury, the song and dance will go viral, with people all over the city doing the Nadi Bop dance, with some not even knowing what the dance was referring to. What really stood out to me was what happened after Nadi passed. Nadi's brother Didi Osama would end up blowing up right after his brother's passing. What's sad is in an interview, Didi Osama did acknowledge that his brother was in a way a sacrifice for his success.
And your success is pretty fast, I feel like, you know? Most people grind like 10 years and then they quit. What do you think was like the first moment where you started getting like a lot of traction?
My little brother died. He really threw me on. His death caught the attention of mad people. And they saw me, they go, that's his brother, and listen to him.
And he even admits that the labels were now trying to sign him, naming Sony as a label that was interested.
I seen Didi, I seen you, I think you posted a picture of you going to a record label like a couple of days ago. Yeah. Yeah. You know, so what label was that?
Sony.
Sony? Oh, you know, what kind of person was he?
I was a demon, like first I was a demon.
As you heard for yourself, openly admits his career took off only after his brother's passing. He also smiles when mentioning Sony was in contact with him and that he was at Sony discussing a deal. What I found the most disturbing about this entire interview is when Didi Osama is asked to describe how his brother was, Didi Osama calling his brother a demon. This is how Didi Osama wants his brother to be remembered as, a demon. The way that he said it, you can see that he feels proud of his brother being a demon. This sadly shows how far gone these kids are. The record labels know exactly who Didi Osama is and what he is about before they chose to sign him. They see a kid like Didi Osama who is a product of their influence, and they use him to guide even more kids to a burning end, all while making millions. This is how the labels mix the fake with the real, with Lil Mabu and Didi Osama merging it and blurring the lines. If you watch the music video for their song, you can see how the labels are trying to paint Lil Mabu as. The video tries to depict Lil Mabu as a kid who's really in the streets like the rest of these drill rappers. What we're seeing from Lil Mabu is similar to what we saw with NWA. NWA were used to push the gangster rap agenda to the masses, but most members weren't gangsters. They rapped lyrics that were purposely glorifying gang culture and being a criminal. I saw firsthand the gangster rap agenda in New York City. So many people were guided to a burning end because of it. Just about everybody in the city would look up to these mega rap stars, inspiring to be just like them. The record labels have been responsible since day one, making industry plans to push their agendas. In 2023, it's so easy for the record labels to just create rappers with no one asking any questions. No one knows where Lil Mabu came from. No one knows how he got on, and no one even knows his name. It's like he doesn't exist outside of being Lil Mabu. Like I said before, something needs to be done about this drill music problem. So many kids are being destroyed by this agenda. An agenda the record labels are controlling and using against the urban youth. All three of the major record labels are signing these drill artists and looking away when they pass away or end up in jail. They don't care as they go sign another one or create one like they're doing with Lil Mabu. Lil Mabu is pushing the same agenda, but he is not going to jail for it because it's all fake. It's all an act just to profit off urban art and mock it at the same time while pushing a destructive agenda. Drill music needs to end, at least the form that exists today. If drill music wasn't deaf music, I wouldn't be saying this, but we just can't sit here and show support to something that's truly destroying our people. Don't fall victim to the agenda the record labels are pushing. Like I always say, we must remember that every day we wake up, our souls are at stake. And we also must remember to help those who can't see the truth find the truth. That's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I just wanted to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truthfist store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make helps with the funding of Truth Records. The link to the Truthfist store is also in the description. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. If you like this video, please leave a like as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.